Hey, welcome back to another Montreal Canadian AB podcast shows on the Monday night, April 7th, 2025. A little bit late because what we did, we watched the game between the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadian, the New York Rangers and the Tampa Bay Lightning, and live. And finally, the big news is honestly, and I think they will be very happy for all the people tonight. The New York Rangers lost tonight again the Tampa Bay Lightning, and with that, that gave now the Montreal Canadiens lead the New York Rangers by 6 points for the standing and NHL with 5 games remaining for New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens. So really great news for the Montreal fans tonight to hear the New York Rangers lost by the score of 5-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Welcome, Mrs. Tristan. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks to join us. Look, this is a show we just create at the last minute talking about Montreal Canadiens because tomorrow we're going to do the game between the Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings. This could be a huge game impact for the standing for the Montreal Canadiens because if the Detroit, first of all, they are 8 points behind the Montreal Canadiens and a huge W against the Red Wings that open up the Montreal now to almost eliminate the Detroit Red Wings. So, and also at the same time with the W, but that would push all the New York Rangers, the Islanders, and the Blue Jacket behind the Montreal Canadiens further, and that will helping Montreal Canadiens. With 5 games to go, I believe 5 more points for the Montreal Canadiens, that will be enough for them to make the playoff. That was not my prediction October 9, 2024, when the season started, to see the Montreal Canadiens to be in the playoff at the Eastern Conference. The reason behind that, I did not believe Montreal are going to have enough skill and talent to make the playoff. Many things happening during the season, of course, for the Montreal Canadiens, but also for other teams. And slowly and properly, the right way, the Montreal slip between everyone. And that's what we had on the April 7th, 2025, to realize that Montreal have over 80% chance to make the playoff for the NHL playoff 2025. The subject of the night will be a short show, guys, between 30 to 60 minutes. A perfect week for the Montreal Canadiens. What are you talking about? But first of all, guys, the Montreal Canadiens have a perfect week. They beat the Fleur Panthers Tuesday night. They beat, of course, the Flyers in Nashville during the week also. And they beat the Fleur Panthers twice, by the way. So you talk about a perfect week for the Montreal, 4-0-0 during the week. And that will give the reason they are right now on the top of the 5 team on the race of the last spot playoff 2025. Meanwhile, the Montreal Canadiens, for the first time, they have 5 straight winning game. That's never happened since the beginning of the season for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is a huge news for that. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. And if tonight is a special show, we just talk about the Montreal Canadiens. You can add any question if you want to do this. Um, you can ask any question at any time, and I will going to answer all of you for that one. So I don't. For some reason, I don't see anybody in the chat. So I will try to make a comment here. If you can read my my post here, let me know in the chat. Nicolas, pop up. Here we go. Nicolas is time to go to bed very soon. Nicolas, peut-être another 20-25 minutes. Thanks for all the live we got. For the Montreal Canadiens tonight show. LDP is in the house. Welcome back, LDP. Thanks for being a part of the show. Uh, First of all, I'm going to give you a really sad news. The long-time voice at Sportnet, Greg Millen, passed away today at 67 years old. First of all, he was a goaltender in the NHL for the St. Louis Blues, the Hartford Whalers, and many other teams. And then after he get retired, he become the voice of the hockey and the Sportnet. I think was been there for over 30 years. And very sad news to hear about this today. Um, Pass away of the ex NHL goaltender Greg Millen. So many of you, I'm pretty sure you see that. Going from home, from the gym, LDP, Billy is in the house. Luc Fortin in the house. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to be part of the show. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. Again, a little bit late show. Usually we do 8:30 p.m., but because we try to watch all the game have an impact for the race of the Montreal Canadiens, we try to check in the game live here. And that's happening a little bit early. And I said, you know what? When we have the time, we can talk about the Montreal Canadiens after the show after the game, and that's what we are right now here. And Rabinov is in the house tonight. Roger Delaney knocked the door. Thanks so much, Roger, to be a part of the show. I know the news happening yesterday, guys, and this was an amazing record of the Alex Ovechkin score is 895 goal in NHL. Past the great one, of course, talking about one Gretzky at 894, and that's happening. Honestly, this was really amazing. This is the same kind of number of the game they play both together to reach that total of 895 goals for Ovechkin. So it was great. It was amazing to see that. I have some kind of chill bumps. I'm really lucky at my age to see that. I was lucky to see one Gretzky did it, and to see now Alex Ovechkin to do it, it was amazing. And the fact was a power play goal. The fact it was a one-timer shot. It was at the style of the Alex Ovechkin, and it was the first time beat Zorokin, another goalie, victim of the shot of Ovechkin. So that's a big Rodwin King is in the house. Denis Chernyshov is in the house also. Thanks for the likes. Ron, Mark, next up playoff at the Cup Coach. Good evening. Mark, love you optimist about the Montreal Canadiens. And we'll see what happening. So Ovechkin, guys, turn the page of one Gretzky. I think it took about 30, 31 years after Gretzky did it for another player to do it. And at that time, many experts or hockey fans would said this never going to happening in the future. No one's going to beat one Gretzky, and Alex Ovechkin did it. Now, take a note. Wayne Gretzky scored more goals during the playoff at Ovechkin. I think his friend is 55 goals between Ovechkin and Gretzky to have more goals for the season, the regular season, and the playoff combined together. But we'll see what happening. Ovechkin an opportunity right now to be in the playoff this season. Washington, the best team with right now in NHL on the Eastern Conference. When I'm talking in, guys, I want to talk about something happening today. But first of all, David Savard is back for the game tomorrow. It was a day off, I believe, or a game off against the Nashville Predators. So expect David Savard will be back in the lineup. Who is going to be off of the roster? I don't have no clue. Is it Jekka? Is it Trouble? But we're going to see that tomorrow. Montreal play a huge game against the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow. So David Savard, for what we heard, is back. Now, about David Savard, guys, we understand he does not play at the level he was played before. He more slow. He get it's more difficult. He become now the third pairing defenseman with Montreal, and he really become a specific role on the PK for the Montreal Canadiens. And I don't see David Savard returning in NHL next season. I'll be shocked if he does. It's going to be one team, the Montreal Canadiens, and he will understand he's become the sixth, seventh defenseman for Montreal Canadiens. The only reason he can become is the off summer of the Montreal could be different and did not add any other right defenseman. We'll see what happening, but that's what happening now for Savard. And Savard accept that. As on his interview yesterday, he understand his role. He understand now. He's very happy to see the development of the team, the development of fun players, and the fact like it's not easy when you see David Savard. Example, again, the Flyers. He was there at the end of the game, but he was sit on the bench for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Talk about the game prior to that. He was sit on the bench for 6 minutes prior to finish shift. This is really hard for the defenseman. How can you stay focused on the game? How you can be at the bench so long and back again in the game, and then to have a very important shift to do. And this is the experience of David Savard for the Montreal Canadiens, and I expect him honestly to be retired or play with the Montreal. GF is in the house. Killer is in the house. Casey is in the house. Thanks for being a part of the show tonight. The pass it to him, a cold goal. I don't see he was in my head. Same state was mad. Cole did not pass it to him on the cold goal. And Rabinov, 26 years, and Rabinov. Perry is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks, people of the show. Gretzky did not have the benefit of a prolonged career taking the Russian vitamin like OV. Now, I'm going to get announce but there's not announce. So a lot of people, because many of you email me, text me on WhatsApp, on different social media, and they asking me about even the Midov because honestly, I'm a one of the not many follow even the Midov every game, every news, and I follow the Midov since the beginning of season. Now, Dimnov played his last game 2 days ago, and he got eliminated. And now the rumor is he's possibly playing the MHL or VHL. Now the news is out from Rottenberg. It looked like he's going to be on the direction to play in the VHL. Just give you an idea what is the VHL, MHL. Well, you have the NHL. It's like the KHL. The American Hockey League. It's like the VHL, and the East Coast Hockey League, it's like the MHL. So he's going to play for the team SKA. His brother play for that team. And the good news for all of you, those games in the VHL are live on YouTube channel. You can watch the game live. So what I'm going to do here for the rest of the playoff for Demidov, I'm going to do live streaming show. So you're going to maybe watch the game live on YouTube channel, and we're going to change to talking about the game here. So I'm going to give you the description of the game live, and of course, talking about even Demidov. So for the some of you fans looking or waiting for Demidov to join the Montreal Canadiens, it's not going to happening. First of all, forget about that. He's going to complete his contract all the way to May 31st. And then after that, he's going to take the decision for him. Um, look, is it a good news or bad news about this? Of course, the league is inferior about KHL, but he still play hockey. So I think this is good for him. We'll see what he's going to look like for that team, but for him and for that team. I'll say as like the chat fat David MHL, the junior hockey coach under 20 years old. And not necessary, David. Um, it's not only 20 years old playing in the MHL. You can have older players play there, but it can consider lower level about that. But it just to give us an idea, guys. Some of them consider this as a QM. And they have one prospect for the Montreal Canadiens play there is Mekar Canin, draft for the Montreal Canadiens, last NHL draft. Um, play for the Dynamo Moscow organization. So for Canin. So that's happening, guys, on the Demidov. Good news to see that. We're going to follow him in the next couple of weeks. He start April 10, Thursday. And the game are it's fun time and not late like the Midaf playing the KHL. So that's a good news. You can get the game a little bit early. And we're going to provide you the schedule of the Midaf with the time on my social media on the X account. You can follow me, Coach Frenchy 10X, about that. But Montreal Canadiens have a really perfect weekend. Again, the Flyers and again the Nashville Predators win by the score 3-2, and of course score by the goal by a game 2-1 yesterday again Nashville Predator. Huge two win for the Montreal. Why? Because you have some team like Detroit win, Islanders win, Blue Jacket lost, and the Rangers lost. So it was very important for Montreal to get out of the week with a perfect week, and they did it 4-0-0. So we have to congratulate that team to accomplish that for the Montreal Canadiens. Secondly, it's all about Nick Suzuki and Lane Hudson. They did it again. What a goal of Lane Hudson Saturday night against the Flyers from 200 feet behind Montembeau. He carried on the puck all the way to the defensive of the Flyers and at the almost at the goal line, shoot the puck right there over the right shoulder of the goaltender, Urson. A perfect goal, a perfect shot, accuracy, amazing. And Hudson accumulate assists also yesterday against Nashville. So put this together, guys. What a great performance of Hudson. Nick Suzuki, what a great season he has. And again, Suzuki carrying that thing on his shoulder. And that's the reason Montreal won both game. Tobesh and Montembeau was excellent between the pipe. They make the big save at the right time, keep the team and the game. And Montembeau, another good performance against the Flyers. And Tobesh, whatever, it was not pretty to watching him on balance, orthodoxe, à la Dominique Hachek, à la César Maniego, à la Tony Esposito, à la Mike Hilliott, Doug Favell, Mike Palmetier, name it. But Tobesh found a way to stop 34 the 35 shot he faced against the Nashville. Without him, Montreal will lose the game. Montreal did not play solid game, both game. This is what is a little bit starting to be dangerous for the Montreal Canadiens. Whenever they get the perfect week, solid game against the Florida Panthers, but the last two games, it was ugly. But they find a way to get a W. It is what happened. Sandeman is the house. Billy is in the house. Michael Brown is in the house. That's awesome. Great. Spectacular all time. Wow. It was not a Picasso. And Martin Louis said after the game, they don't have the fast ball, la balle rapide, but they find a way to get a change up, a curveball. En français, on dit souvent la papillon, le lancer de la papillon à la Taylor Perry. But they find a way to get the W. And like I said, it was not pretty. Maturity keep the lead. When I said that, the maturity keep the lead, guys, they find a way to bounce back and to come back. It was the 11th time they come back against the Nashville Predators this game during the season. They come back at the third period or a second period. They they keep the lead at the third period again in Nashville Predators. It was a back-to-back game, guys. Nashville did not play since Thursday. There was more advantage for them to win. That was gave them also the sixth straight loss. And Montreal found a way to keep that lead. And we have to give them credit about that. Another third line solid game. Saturday it was out Anderson, but Jake Evans played a solid weekend for the Montreal Canadiens. You have Brendan Gallagher scored his 20 goals this season. He's a spark plug for the Montreal Canadiens for many years, but this year I see him faster. I see him more aggressive. I see Gallagher at his best time of hockey for a long time. And we have to give credit that he did not miss any game for the last two seasons, although the was suspended. Then you have, of course, Christian Dvorak. I believe Dvorak is on his 4 years with the Montreal Canadiens. In my opinion, he played his best hockey with the Montreal Canadiens in the last 6 weeks since he joined the Montreal Canadiens. Dvorak is played and gave a lot of good minutes for the Montreal Canadiens. So this is what happened during the weekend. Patrick Lenny scored 5 versus 5. Cole Caulfield scored a goal also for the Montreal Canadiens. The defensive, they gave only 3 goals in 2 games. That's good. The PK was excellent overall. The power play need a little bit better work. I know we just scored 1 goal, but we would like to get more opportunities, everything like that. Slekowski up and down. Um, New Hook is New Hook. Eneman miss a game, come back, miss a game. But Eneman is hurt for Montreal. Michael Pesera, I don't know. Some fans believe like his courage to fight yesterday, play 4 minutes, but he got a penalty at some point. I don't know. I have a difficult time about Michael Pesera for Montreal. Kapanen have a good weekend. Kapanen play well both game Saturday, Sunday for Montreal. Play about 8, 9 minutes per game, but he gave a lot of good minutes overall. Defensively, you got Savard Saturday, Jekai yesterday. Um Cooley, what a great weekend he has for the Montreal Canadiens. So overall, I think Montreal find a way to get that. We see what we got in the chat. Randy, the Jet prove how good they are. Michael Brown, 11-16 to start the season. Now 30, 39, 38, 39, 30 and 9. The Ab had to reduce the shot on the goal by opposition. Stands a good comment. I will add one more thing. I forgot to mention that on my recap game, guys. Montreal Canadiens gave away too many puck. Like I think Saturday, 29 times against the Flyers, and Sunday about 25 times gave away puck. Lucky they play with two bottom team in NHL. I don't know if he was the Jets or if he was the Toronto Maple Leaf example, Colorado, what it would be look like the outcome of both game. Montreal had to be better on the giveaway puck. They cannot give too many times those puck like that. So how you can do that? It's all about the puck management, better decision, right? Take a better the one Martin we talk about the what's next, but what's next to be sure you give the puck back on your teammate on the tape to tape, right? So this is an area of the game when Montreal is really struggling about that. Now I want to give a little bit a caution for everybody before we give the suit out players and the obscure. Montreal Canadiens win those games, the last 3 games, but it's not Picasso. It's not great. That reminds us, guys, after they played a couple of weeks ago, after the formation, they came back with the 8-1-2, something like that. And then they got a slump of 3. They was after that 0-3-2. But before that, they got 2W, what they did not deserve to get it. I'm just gave you a little bit an alarm or caution. Montreal play tomorrow again the Detroit Red Wings. This is the biggest game of the season. They have to start the game better. They cannot always to trail after 2 periods. Montreal had to be better with the puck, decision making, and shoot the puck more on the net. I know it's maybe the same thing we repeat all the time, but that's really important for Montreal if they want to win tomorrow night. And it's very important Montreal cannot sleep on the fact they win 5 games and they're looking for, oh, that's looking good. It's not good enough for me. And they play next weekend, Ottawa, Toronto. So Montreal is a huge game tomorrow because this is a 4 point. And this is the last game they play and the race. Again, opponent team, they are chasing Montreal Canadiens. So a huge W tomorrow. This is over for Detroit. Montreal, 5 more games. If they can get 5 points of the 5 game, Montreal are in the playoff. So we'll see. Alexandre Meyer is in the house. Ken Scott is in the house. RJ Calabo is in the house. It's looking for the Montreal Canadiens to keep in the loop to be sure they can get that W again, the Detroit Red Wings. We'll see what happening. For you is in the house. Welcome back for you. Hopefully you're doing well. We'll serve for you. But my stood out player, guys, from my opinion, I understand what Lane Hudson does for the Montreal, and always the same player we talk about, right? But we have to go with the captain. The captain right now is on the mission. The captain drive the boat. The captain drive the bus. The captain right now drive that team to go the next level. And that's happening right now for the Montreal Canadiens. And we have to give credit for now for the captain Nick Suzuki. So for me, he's my stood out player for the Montreal. He's right now the top of the most point behind Robert Thomas Saint February 22nd. Can even if we only get one round, a long time, yeah. If Montreal make the playoff, Ken, that would be amazing for sure. For you, I predict that the Habs will get 36, 36, 10 record this season for 82 points. They already have more points. I predict 5. It's still half a game to left. For you, you're not only one. My prediction was between 78 to 81 points. And I'm completely wrong about that. Dennis, you nailed it. The boys are scrambling too much and make a silly pass when they can shoot the net and you come to mind. Great point about that. You hook 2 versus 1 at 2 occasions and did exactly what you talk about, Dennis. I think Sakaski is another one for that. My stood out, Nick Suzuki. My obscure guys, you can name a couple of players. I think Christian Devarek is one of them. Gallagher could be one of them. Um, for me, is Keaton Cooley. Keaton Cooley, guys, so good, so good. Look what he did. The body check against Evangelista yesterday. It's very difficult to play against Cooley, the 1 versus 1. He become a great partner with Leonard Hudson right now with the Montreal Canadiens. I really like his play. He joined the Montreal again, what, 3 games now, 4 games, and the Montreal did not lose any games since Cooley is in the lineup. And that's not because of him. But the way he play, he stabilized the defensive side of the Montreal Canadiens. And he's physical, he's engaged, he skate well, play well on defensive zone. He make better the player better around him. For me, is my obscure for the Montreal on the weekend. At the office, I will bring them at the breakfast. Let's go eat at the breakfast at the Waffle House. Waffle House. In Canada, maybe Tim Horton, but in USA is a Waffle House. Why you want to bring them at the Waffle House, coach? But because behind that, they need to remind them to say, look, we need to be better with the puck management. I was just talking about too many giveaway puck, too fancy sometimes, and sometimes when you win game like they did, you fall and the path of it's going to be easy. It's not. I understand the challenge they have. I want them to play with more urgency at the beginning of the game. So just remind them, put them some bullets on the screen, and just remind them, guys, be careful of this. Check this one. Check that one. Check that one. So you don't have to penalize them. We just give them a great breakfast, American breakfast morning, toast, ham, jam, eggs, strawberry. Just have a good time together, breakfast, and then just remind them the little things what they need to accomplish the next 5 games for the Montreal Canadiens. Just expect the best. Randy, great comments about that. We have here. Uh, we pass too much at the reason we are a young team. A great point about that, Ken. 2 road game Friday, Ottawa, Saturday will be a good test for the Montreal Canadiens. 2 teams, and both teams are looking good, guys. Ottawa will now play only 2 points, I believe, behind the Panthers. The Toronto are 4 points in front of Tampa Bay Lightning on the first of the Atlantic Division. And so I really agree with you. So out for me was Zuski. Upker was Kapanen. He's really show me flash of the good depth center and then it shows for Office, Savard, and Eneman to see when they are ready to play. For you, I think Kapanen play only 8 minutes. I understand he played good minute, but not good enough to make a Montreal a very big impact, in my opinion. For Savard and NMN, yeah, but because we are winning the five straight game, I don't want to penalize everyone. Cody missed many games and did not lose any set. I'm impressed. Great point about that. Michael Brown, Gary Roberts school at the hockey conditioning. Michael, yeah, Gary Roberts run a great at Toronto, by the way. Nicolas, have a good night, Nicolas. On se reparle demain. Monte was the game for us Saturday, really exactly. I definitely sometimes get too hard on the players. Madison won their messing up. They don't recognize their eye enough like that. Suzuki shouldn't do it. Insane. Good night, everyone. Time for sleep. And all remember, Ken, good night, buddy. Guy, Ottawa are playing very well, great, and without their captain, by the way, they are very well. Like Montreal play, all play well. Go Abs, go Ken. Thanks for all the life we got so far. So this is guys that stood out at the Montreal Canadiens. Now, I ask you this question for you. Is this my question on my on my channel? Every night I do a question for the Montreal Canadiens. They have two players for the Montreal Canadiens score 20 goals during the weekend. Brennan Gallagher and Patrick Laney. But I ask you this question. Who has a bigger impact for the Montreal Canadiens? Is it the 20 goals of Patrick Laney or is it Brennan Gallagher? Now, I did not put both of them because it would be an easy answer. So you have to pick only one. Who will be Laney? And give me the reason behind that. Not tell me the Laney only. Give me Laney because on power play example. Maybe Gallagher because this. And you have no bad answer because you are right with Laney and you could be right with Gallagher. So I would love to hear from you guys. Who has the biggest impact for the Montreal Canadiens with 20 goals this season? This is very impressive for Brendan Gallagher. 20 goals with the way he played the last couple of years. And I'm very impressed by Laney. Missed what, 2 months and a half? And to get 20 goals for the Montreal Canadiens, that's very impressive too. So I would love to hear from all of you what you're thinking going to win tomorrow, Sebastian. Maurice, I hope Sante is not too banged up. He is, honestly, Maurice. He was returned with the team Sunday night. It was good to see him. Yeah, will be the Wings. Roger Calabro, tomorrow, goalie de boy, Cal Dalbat, and Montreal Canadian. Tobes, really? Wow. Tobes between the pipe for the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow? I don't think so. I think he's going to return with Montembeau tomorrow, guys. Montembeau have to play the biggest game of the year. I'll be shocked if it's Tobes tomorrow. But it looked like from RJ, Tobes versus Talbot. Really because of his impact Billy on the power play. Gary, hands down, Maurice. Gary, because past every expectation, Randy, for that. Like I said, you don't have right, Alexandre, 100% from Montembeau. I just wish you have more people want to tell me who they prefer, Laney or Gallagher, for the 20 goal impact for the Montreal Canadiens this season. Now, some of you say, what is your answer, coach? Um, I agree with you, Maurice. By the way, Maurice, I have an appointment with you visa people tomorrow. Michael Brown, Gallagher blew blood, God's heart for many years, and Bob Gold was right. He is a special hockey player. Montebo, only joking, Randy, about that. Primo tomorrow, I didn't read it, Randy. I have to set Lenny because he scored on the power play with less game. If he start the season healthy, he'll probably have scored 30 goals plus. Guy, go with Gallagher. Have our 2016 6 at 1 Lenny play and 14-2 1 each score. Have our 30-39 with Gallagher and 10-6 1 1 each score. I said Lenny. Dream go with Gallagher. Hudson broke a record. So at the end of the day, guys, it can be right if you take Lenny. And if you take Gallagher, you can be right too. It depends how you see the game, how you see that. Now, my answer, guys, I go with Brendan Gallagher. The power play Montreal Canadiens without Patrick Lenny. The power play Montreal Canadiens with Patrick Lenny are exactly number. Same. Not better and not worse without him or with him. Gallagher have 5 versus 5 players. The way he play, he scored most of his goals at 5 versus 5. Not easy. But the impact of Gallagher, his forechecking, his battle, his leadership, the way he bring that line, Devorak and Anderson with him, I feel I give a little bit advantage for Brendan Gallagher versus Patrick Laney. Overall, Gallagher have a bigger impact in the game compared to Patrick Laney, in my opinion. And that's the reason I will select Gallagher over that because of his 5 versus 5. Montreal is one of the worst in NHL at 5 versus 5. XG goal at 4 is advantage Gallagher, by the way, about that. So for me, I will go with him for Gallagher. More consistent Gallagher. But I said both players are close in their performance this season. But and Gallagher and Patrick Lenny, yeah. Which one have more game-winning goal? Billy, I don't know exactly. They gave the team electroshock on the power play, so both answers are good. What about Cole Caulfield? But now, because the reason behind that, the question Bush was about the players score 20 goal, 20 goals. It's not about, Nick Ski have more goal, Cole Caulfield have more goal. Does it make sense? Um, One thing about Gallagher is that he is a play all the game. That's a good point about this stand about that. So it was just a question of that. Now we have a couple of more minutes together. If you have any question, guys, yes, Butch. But the question is not about who has the most gold, Butch. The question is about the one score 20 goal at this moment with the Montreal Canadiens. Who have a bigger impact? Lenny have 20 goal and Gallagher have 20 goal. Does it make sense? So it's not about the one have more goals for the Montreal. Coach, a good point. Lenny has 4 goals and 8 assists for 12 points and 47 games. At 5 Gallagher impact notre team at 5 versus much more. But Lenny, the late has been played much better at 5 versus 5. Gallagher has the heart with him to are on not the same team. About that for you. Yeah, again, understand for you. Like I said, Lenny answer is a good one. Also, like Gallagher, it depends what your preference, what you think about that. You're welcome, Butcher, by the way. All right, guys, let's move on. Now, I know I'm going to surprise a lot of you. Maybe some of you will be upset or whatever it is, but Mike Madison should get more credit. And he has 0 point in the last 14 games, I believe, Madison. Madison made a mistake yesterday, a huge one, because Navis scored a goal after that. Madison 3 days ago make another mistake and they got a score. But each time I try to win. But yesterday, Mike Madison played 31 minutes on the back-to-back game. Not only one game. After he played 25 minutes the night before, Mike Madison played 31 minutes on the ice yesterday. We criticize him for the mistake, but we forget what he bring. He was on the ice for the 7 minutes is something on the 8 minute power on the PK for the Montreal Canadiens. He was there for 4 minutes, 3 minutes something at the end of the game for Montreal Canadiens. He's a horse. Like this guy is in shape. It's amazing. You can like him, you can hate him. And I always said, when Mike Madison is going to leave the building, Montreal have to be ready because nobody can play the tie the minute he play right now. Right, so yeah, Lane Hudson, but he's only played 24 minutes. Lane Hudson or Kaden Coley, he played 22 minutes. Kaden Coley. What's the problem? Yesterday, in my opinion, they don't believe Albert Jekai at all. They don't have no confidence. They don't believe at Jekai. Manque de confiance à propos de Jekai. Jekai played only 9 minutes yesterday. When he could play more minutes. That's the reality behind that. That's sad to say that, but it is what it is. And until they don't have a better third pairing defenseman, you're going to overplay Madison, Hudson, Cooley. And that could be a very bad on during the playoff. They have to manage better. And another reason behind that is because they don't lead by many goals or they trail during the game and they have to play the best players on the ice. So uh, there's a great line. Hudson can play 40 minutes and is not be tired. I really feel like you never see that. Look, Lane Hudson is another exception, but not at same level. If you play Lane Hudson 30 minutes per game, 28 minutes per game, every game, at one of these 50, 60 pounds, he's going to get fatigued. Whenever it's Lane Hudson. It is what it is. Mason SC is full contract here. For that amount of play time, he must be a full. Obviously, coach, we always criticize the bad, but don't appreciate the good. A good point about that. At the end of the year, playing a playoff and tie the game for a month already is a beast. Good point, Dream. This is a good point. We don't talk enough, Dream. I really appreciate you remind us. I think is the one I'm guilty about that. But talking here, all in the playoff, send they come back for the Four Nation February 22nd. They are on the mode playoff. That's a really good point, and we don't mention that. Every game is the biggest game of the year, and you have to perform every game. That's a great comments about that. Hudson looked tired before Four Nation break. You're right. The man say he's one of the best on the team. And he's not appropriate for that. He does. Yeah, over time, he cannot rely on Hudson to get to the limit, but man is a horse. Of course, he is. RJ Calabro, 0-0, the owners. So, I just want to share it with you a little bit Mike Madison performance for the Montreal Canadiens. At the same time, I want to share that for you guys. Kellen Cooley have a huge impact. I talked about him a little bit early, but guys, Kenan Cooley plays so good for the Montreal Canadiens. Like, he's impressive. We are lucky to have Kenan Cooley in the lineup. It could be with his injury, he maybe never play in hockey. But right now he play, you know, more game he plays than he returning, better are the Montreal game and better is Kaden Cooley. Last night, the check of an Evangelista, how he shut down the players coming on the ice at 1 versus 1. He has one of the biggest impact for the Montreal Canadiens. You can talk about also yesterday, guys. One player could talk about this yesterday. I did not talk. It was Alex Carrier. Carrier have an amazing, great game against the Nashville Predator yesterday. Back at home, right? Play over 261 game. But that's gave good performance, Kaden Cooley. Let's see what we got in the chat. We have LDP, rookie goalie for Oilers. He was winning 5 years for tonight. Impressive, Guy. Question: what was your level of hope of the Habs making the playoffs during the Four Nation break? Because I have absolutely zero expectation of them losing even the six. But remember, for you, there was 171, I believe, or 181 just prior the Four Nation. So the hope to make the playoff, it was not to make the playoff. I think the hope it was hopefully they can play meaningful game and this for the rest of the game of the season. And they start really hot, right? With a what 8-1, I believe. And after that, they got a slump, 0-3-2, and then they bounced back with 5W. So we have to give credit. How about that? Cody bring us a boost at the time of the year, and his physical presence on the ice, great check. Dream, you're right. Quite happy for Montreal. What a season this year they're having for a young team. Great point about that. Luciano knocked the door. Welcome back, coach. I'm absolutely a Cody fan. I heard this injury could end this career. However, this kid, man, is still skating great. You're right about that for you. Uh, Destiny will come back also. Thanks for all the like we got for that. So Ken Cooley have an amazing, great one. Now I want to talk about before the end of the show, guys, the milestone for the Montreal Canadiens. Um, and that's happening during the weekend. Nick Zuski have 84 points. This is his highest number of the point in one regular season since he joined the NHL. What is impressive, he become on the 21st century the only player with Alexei Kovalev in 2008 to have 1 point per game. And he's right now over that, but also is the first one joined the Kovalev with 84 points. So great performance on Nick Zuki. Cole Caulfield, 66 points. What's wrong with that? But 66 points for Caulfield. First of all, he has 36 goals. And with that, this is his highest number of the goal in one regular season. And he beat his record of 65 points, his highest number of the point for Cole Caulfield. What a goal he did against Nashville, guys. I wish I have the replay right now. I didn't have time to do the goal, but if you watch the replay of the goal of Cole Caulfield, I would suggest watching again because what he did, guys, is amazing. He got the puck on the air, like 6 inches or 10 inches from the ice, and with his stick, the blade of his stick, he bring back the puck with him, and then a shot in the 5-hole where Zaros should stop the puck. He scored a goal. But what he did with the puck on the air and drop the puck, tip the puck down and pick up the puck on the fly, not like stop and then tip the puck down. On the fly, a little bit behind him, control the puck and bring the puck on his blade and then a wrist shot. This guy is impressive. Not many players can do that. Lennartson, 64 points. Tie Chris Chelios with the rookie defenseman of Chelios for the most points during his first year. Tie Chris Chelios. Now we know Hudson beat already Chelios with the most assists in one season with 55. But now Hudson is at 2 points, at 2 assists to tie Larry Murphy. Larry Murphy hold the record the most assists for the rookie defenseman in NHL since 1981. This record is the longest one over the one Ovechkin beat Gretzky. Hudson is making history in NHL and for the Montreal Canadiens. The next 5 games, he has to get 2 assists, he has to get 1 point, and the book of the NHL record is falling apart. Lennartson, amazing player for the Montreal Canadiens. Sakaski reached another milestone, got an assist, and with that assist, gave him 31 assists. With 31 assists now for Sakaski. This is his highest number of assists in one season with the Montreal Canadiens. He's right now 2 points to tie the 50 point he did last year, and 3 points to beat that in the next 5 games. So we'll see if Sakaski can do that. Miles T is in ours. We are a sneaky playoff team. You're right about that. Welcome back, Mr. Mile. Michael Brown, hope to tap the pass at those games and have enough touching puck to almost make me cry here at home. Today, Solid Kraken was signing 24 4-1 pick Andriy Lamchko, the 3 years contract. Peter Personal, are you aware of the Abricot St. Lenny start play? Yeah, we are, Pete. But I think for me, Patrick Lenné is not make a bigger impact than Alex Carrier join the Montreal Canadiens. For me, it's Alex Carrier trait make the Montreal Canadiens better. Because at the end, Peter Pinsono, Patrick Lenné goal on power play are impressive, but they are the same number of the power play percentage without him and with him. So when he's not there, Cole Caulfield put the puck in the net. When he's there, Patrick Lenny put the puck in the net. There's not, in my opinion, a bigger impact at what Alex Carrier bring for the Montreal Canadiens. Because Carrier not bring goal. He brings stability on the three pairing for the Montreal Canadiens. Alex Carrier bring what they are missing for the Montreal Canadiens on the defensive side. The goal again is lower with Alex Carrier, but again he balanced everyone on the ice for the defenseman. And this is for me the trait of the year for the Montreal Canadiens. This is the biggest major impact for the Montreal Canadiens. That's because Leonardson become RDS, RHD. Cooley play there. It's just balance everything for the Montreal Canadiens on the on the PK and of course on the 5 versus 5. For me, this is what I believe was the biggest thing happened for the Montreal Canadiens. When I said that, not said I don't consider Patrick Lenny better with the Montreal Canadiens. Of course, they are. But I think Cole Caulfield could do almost the same thing what Patrick Lenny did. Because the power play was the same percentage at the beginning without Patrick Lenny. And at 5 versus 5, Lenny is not better to any other player for the Montreal Canadiens. Good night, Randy. We have Peter, yes, 2666. JF, Uri is not good. He is play on the first minute, first power play unit, 17 goal, 31 assists. All easy, JF. Just ask you this question, JF. What is the age of Sakaski? GF. Turned 21 years old, March 30. How many players play in the history of the Montreal Canadiens have better stats at Sakaski at 21 years old? Not many of them. You have only one, Mario Tremblay. And the history of the Montreal Canadiens, 115 years. Not 3 years, not 5 years. 115 years. Montreal Canadiens, Sakaski is number 2 with a number of point for a kid turned only 21 years old. March 30. It's like 10 days ago. That's impressive for me. That's very good. Dream Hudson is awesome. I just finished looking at Demidov highlights real, and this is the next franchise player for the Montreal Canadiens. I never see this before all my 40 years. Okay, for the Habs, Dream. Dimitrov is going to be good. I will calm everybody for for his season next year. He's a special talent. He have a lot of work to do, but he could become a solid player in the future. Zev Lakav is in the house. Welcome back. The best lineup since the old Stanley Cup winning. Carrier for Baron, in my opinion, was the one of the can use best straight. He turned a defenseman with little potential for a guy who can play, do anything you need. And 8 minutes, Carrier was the steal of the trade. Good night, Randy. Again, Demidov, I think, would be like a Kaprizov. Kaprizov was far and above the art front runner before injury season. I would say come also some Kyle Connor. I think Kyle Connor is a better slap shot, one timer shot. The skate is faster to Kyle Connor. His hockey IQ is really good for Demidov. Good hands, good wrist shot. You know, you have to learn. Kaprizov is another generation player, but he could become Kaprizov. Ken McCarty is in the house tonight. It is, Jeff. It is. It's not an excuse. How many goals Guy Lafleur did is during his first 3 years in NHL? GF. Why Guy Lafleur was sit during his first 3 years in NHL? What are your expectation of Sekeski at the end of the day? Sekeski with Cooley, with Shane Wright, with Carter Cochier, with Simon Nemec, take all of them. Put this to any NHL draft. Send 2000. Any one of them. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. All of them. Coley, Cochier, Chirecek, Nemec, Wright, and Sekeski. They're never going to be a first overall pick. Never. Secondly, they will not be on the top 5 of any NHL draft 20 and 21 century. Any of them. Every NHL draft are different. Some year are amazing, sometimes are not bad, sometimes is average, sometimes is not great. The year of 2022, it won the worst NHL draft of the 21st century. So if you expect Sakaski to be at 80 point, but you're on the wrong expectation. If you expect at 20 years old play like Tom Wilson or Matthew Ketchuk, it's a wrong expectation. Because the draft is not good at 2022. That's the reality behind that. Give him 3 more years for Sakaski. And if he can play on the second line for the Montreal Canadiens, if he can score 20 goals, 25 goals, and he can get 60 points, and he can use his body for checking at a Josh Anderson and hit hard, protect the puck, use to learn to see his body. But this takes time, development, and everyone, an NHL player, are developing on strength time. It's not like after 60 games, you play now and you get there. I'll give you another example. Do you take Alexis Lafrenière, a first overall pick, or you take Sakaski? Alexis Lafrenière, how many times will be a first overall pick in the 21st century? Neil Yakupov. That's behind that. Sakaski is like Audrey Palat with more skill. An essential place and the team could run. He would hit 20 plus goal many times in his career, 50 point plus many times. It would be good. I think this is a great compare Palat to Sikorsky. I like that. Uh, Sikorsky promise early in the season, color is blonde. If you make the playoff, you're right about that. Will the Ab be the youngest team to make the playoff of what is New Jersey? Have to look about that, Stan, to look about the youngest team and NHL made the playoff for that. Gwenzel Demidov, an Italian donation. I think he can produce in a rate, but Demidov is fun player. Um, it's fun for me, for you. I think Gwenzel is a complementary of someone. Demidov he can do better playmaking. He's a playmaker, and I think he can be the driver of the line. Gwenzel, for me, is a complementary. You got Crosby, you got Gwenzel. You got Ao, you get Gwenzel. You got Kucherov, you get Gwenzel. You got Point, you get Gwenzel. Does it make sense for you? I think I'm right. That's your own opinion, GF. He's not good. I cannot change your opinion. Again, if you expect him to be Conor McDavid, your expectation is too high. You have to know who they are, what it could become. He's not the Sikorsky at 21 years old I want to see. I want to see Sikorsky of his best at 24, at 25, at 26, at 27. His first 3, 4, 5 years, develop, 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 get better, understand the game, make better decision, and he take time. And everybody spend time to develop. RJ, GF. So who should that Ab Gada at the first overall pick? Because the Ab team was back at one Lafleur play, so he has to start at the bottom. Prove is what is next dream. See, stop to making excuse. It's not about excuse. That's the reality. That's the fact. You don't like Sakaski, and you're going to give me everything about Sakaski. Now, give me a description, GF. I'm going to take 5 more minutes of the show. I want you to type what are, who is Uri Sakaski for your own eyes? Who is he? What is your expectation when Montreal again select him, number one overall pick? What was your expectation, GF? Now, what is your expectation of the Sakaski today? What are his best asset and what is his weakness about Sikorsky? I would like to hear that because just to tell me, don't make you just tell me making excuse. What about Conor Bedard? How you feel about Conor Bedard, GF? Why the reason Bedard have a worse season this year compared to last season? Is it he's not supposed to be another Conor McDavid? What's the reason Bedard does not perform at the level he's supposed to perform, GF? Give me the reason why. He's supposed to go that way. Kid will only get better. Exactly. Coach Caulfield will have more goal if we double shift Suzuki and Hudson on the purple number 2. I believe he will have at least 45 goals by now. His numbers drop since he has Lenny on the purple number 1. At the end, Zeph, I think Caulfield become a better hockey player. That's the most important thing for me. I prefer Caulfield score 38 goals, but play a solid 200 feet game. This is what the beauty of Martin Saint Louis for Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield become a hockey player. This is what is amazing for me. So every time someone said Martin St. Louis is the Pee Wee coach or Martin St. Louis cannot coach, he make and transform players. Now, I'll give you an example. Best year, Cole Caulfield. Best year, Nick Zuzki. Josh Anderson. Christian Dvorak. Emil Inman. Joan Armia. Brennan Gallagher. Jake Evans. Mike Madison. Lane Hudson. Caden Cooley. Alex Serrier. Montembeau. My point, guys, under Martin St. Louis, the player become better as an individual player and as a group together. They make them to understand what is the game. And this is what the beauty of Martin St. Louis. They become better, better, and better. They take time. It take time. It take time to understand the game. It take time to understand to become a professional hockey player. It take time to become that kind of maturity as a player and as a group. That's what Martin St. Louis bring to the table for the Montreal Canadiens. Dennis, yeah, kid always get better. GF Logan Coley, fun factory. Utah have a better X percentage when Coley does not play. He also one of the worst face-off player in the NHL history. He is not good winger. Lap Sakarski, but honestly, his skating is horrible. His son are out of here, but he's young. The draft was fine. You make the wrong choice. Wow. Jeff, where is Simon Nemec in the last 3 seasons? How many games he played in NHL? What about David Chirichek? How many seasons Shane Wright have in NHL 60 points? Did you watch Logan Coley? Now, if you prefer to tell me you want Logan Coley over Sakarski, does it make sense? I'm okay with that. But Coley is going to be behind Nick Suzuki. So you're going to draft Logan Coley on the second center for the Montreal Canadiens when you have the first overall pick. For you, just give you the percentage of the face-off of Logan Coley is worse at Alex Newhook and Kirby Doc. But if your preference, GF, is I prefer Logan Coley, that's okay. But you don't have to be negative for Sakarski. You just said, I'll try to make the wrong pick, and I prefer to get Logan Coley. Now, I cannot give you any answer because the time will tell us what Coley bring to the team Utah and what Sakarski bring to the team Montreal. And that will be the outcome at the end the next 12, 15 years. And I don't have no answer. The time will tell us. It's just it's fun opinion. You prefer Logan Coley, and I prefer Sakarski. At long term, Montreal will need the body of Sakarski and Logan Coley at 5'10 with Cole Caulfield, with Nick Suzuki under 6 foot. They're going to work in the playoff. No team other than Tampa Bay Lightning did it twice, won the Stanley Cup with 2 players and more, 6 foot less. And NHL, I did the research, I did the video about that. Since 2000. Marchessault is the one play with Vegas, won the MVP. He was the only player below 6 foot. Every year, they have player. The Colorado Avalanche did it with only one, Alex Newhook. But he was not a top 6. So I'm talking about only the top on the top 6. You cannot win the Stanley Cup in NHL. At least you have an exception, and you always have exception. Now you're going to give me an exception, but a regular on the 90%, You cannot win a Stanley Cup with two players under 6 foot on the top six forward. So now you're going to have Suzuki, Caulfield, and Logan Cooley. That's the reason I would say Montreal cannot pick any players on the top six under 6 foot. They are already small. Montreal need a center. They choose a winger and they trade for Dak. I should draft the center and keep the 13th overall pick. So at the end, you want to have Logan Coley, like I mentioned, a 5'10 forward, and you want to draft and keep the 13th overall pick. Logan, welcome in the house. For JF, will you want Shane Wright, a guy? Oh, maybe you want Shane Wright. I forgot about that. Good point, Zeph, when he's moved his feet. So that would be fine. Joe Thornton was not great for the first while. Another player we talked to you guys, Quentin Byfield. Quentin Byfield, guys, when he played with Team Canada, it was not very good. Quentin Byfield took him 4 years become who he is right now. That's a prototype of player similar at Uri Sakoski. 6'5", tall guys, skate like clumsy, uh, but he understands the game now. It took him 4 years to understand the game. Good point, Butch. Good evening, Danny Cadet. Shalom, Guy, the coach. Glad to see Jarkin Fuller will be on the border. Very interesting, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens Fuller, uh, because Connor Hughes is hurt. We don't know the gravity of the injury. Laval the return on the ice only tomorrow, so we have to wait to see what happening there. Butch, and they return Wednesday on the ice. A good point, Dream. The Oilers take the lead 1-0 against the Ducks. For you, Byfield is very impressive already with the Kings. Again, he may be not the best players, but he bring a specific role. He learned under Kopitar. Dream, I think you bring an asset of what we don't talk a lot about the character of the players. I think Montreal Canadiens, during the interview with players, looking for the character of the players, their work ethic, how they think, and I think this is a great point about that. Sakiski are the same age que Barfield, and they're way better. About that for you, Alexandre. Well, and Ken, coach, you are very wise, understand the game very well. Thanks so much again. I appreciate that. I'm excited to watch Jacob Fuller. I'm not sold, but still love to see what he can do and say. Stand the main a lot of goalie. Evan Angel, look at Primo. Yeah, for you. Now, always have exception in NCAA for you. Oettinger, a 26 overall pick. Talk about um, Ryan Miller. You have those exception NCAA. Now, when you talk about Primo guys, we talk about the last players draft and the NHL draft 2018, the 234. People talk about Devon Levy. He's another late 7th round pick for the Florida Panthers. My point behind that, guys, it takes time. I'll give you example. Augustine for the Detroit Red Wings. Sebastian Cosa, Wilstead, a 19 overall pick. Um, some of them play an NCAA. If you expect Fowler to be a dominant goalie or a goalie number one NHL the first 2 years, you'll be disappointed. For what I know, from what I see, Fowler is going to be a solid goalie in NHL. Now, he's not going to be Elliot Buck. He's not going to be Carey Price. He's not going to be, but he's going to be a great goaltender number one in NHL. Secondly, Fowler is 6'2", very athletic, and very quick for what he brings. Thirdly, Fowler, it would take him 3 years, in my opinion, to be a good goalie. So in year number 4, 5, 6, he's going to be the dominant goalie for the Montreal Canadiens. But if you expect Fowler now to be right away the goalie number one and to be a solid goalie, you'll be disappointed because the not a transformation, but the adjustment from NCAA to NHL is not easy. But he has the skill, the talent, the work ethic, the character to be a solid goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens. On the only pure talent is skill. Fowler is the best goaltender in the Montreal Canadiens organization. Said that, like anybody else, the development of player is not guaranteed. You have to be a little bit more caution about that. But no doubt in my mind, Jacob Fowler is going to be a goalie in NHL, a goalie number one. When? I don't know. Because they are weird. They are thinking differently. They are really weird, the goalies. But no doubt in my mind, he's going to be a good goaltender. Thanks so much, RJ. Dream, is it possible to see Demidov in the playoff if I make it? No, not allowed. Dream, the news is get out today. Demidov is going to join the team VHL, the SKA St. Petersburg, a team like the American Hockey League. Uh, to participate to the playoff. So he's going to join play his first game Thursday. So that's happening about him. Secondly, Demidov, he repeat and he said all the time he want to complete his contract with the SKA until May 31st. So don't expect Demidov with the Montreal Canadiens. By the way, good news for all of you. I'm going to be live streaming when Demidov play. All the games are on YouTube channel. So stay tuned, follow me, and we're going to talk about Dimitrov live when he's going to play on the YouTube channel. All the games of the VHL and the MHL are all live on YouTube channel. So follow me and I'm going to give you all the game description of the game. Hopefully, that answer to your question, Mr. Dream. Good question, by the way. Well, check the net, the flame for you. Tomorrow, 10 game NHL. Brendan DeSantis, welcome back. Jacob Fuller has been awarded annually to the NCAA most outstanding goaltender for the second year in a row. What do you think of the Wrestling Kings this year, Coach? I believe they can surprise people. For you, the Kings are my wild card in the playoff. I have an opportunity to talk a lot with Ron. Ron, he follow the Kings, and I have a chance watching the Kings. The Kings are well balanced. Darcy Quimper is maybe one of the top best goaltender, top five this season. The defense since Drew Doughty is back are so better. Doughty, Kavrikov, Anderson. You can talk about the clock and the line now are well balanced. They have three good center. You talk about Kemp as a winger, Kopitar. Now you have Kosmenko. Solid play on the first line. You talk about Fiala, Moore. Listen, this is great. And you can talk about Lewis on the front line. You talk about Laferriere. That thing, guys, watch out. Edmonton Oilers. Watch out. Edmonton Oilers. It could be the year you can kick out at the first round. The top of the NHL and MHL should be fun. Is already dominating the KHL. Larry is eating right now. And our top is off for the 3 days. So he'll be back tomorrow night. You're right, Bush, about the Kings. I think goalie coach with the Rocket will help for us a lot. Deflate for sure can. Quimper has been amazing this season. And also, I think the Kings last only for a time at home. One more thing to consider, guys, is like I think Martin Saint Louis, whenever Montreal made the playoff, I'm not sure if Martin Saint Louis is going to be a nomination for the Jack Adams. Thank for all the likes. The reason behind that is because Stephen Camberry for the Washington is one of them. Scott Arnold for the Winnipeg Jet is one of them. Jim Allier, we talk about the Kings, maybe one of them. We have to consider, and I'm not sure, but that'd be crazy. Jim Montgomery, with what the turnover the Blues this season, could be on the nomination too. Will be the first time Jack Adams you gave to the coach got fired, and then he's on nomination for the coach of the year. For the coach of the year. Is that not crazy? Then you have Martin Saint Louis if the Montreal make the playoff. So we'll see happening about that, but we'll figure out that. Imagine Ab making the final and seeing a Dimitrov to play with the team. And it'll be a recap, just a dream. You're right, a dream. Reply depends on what Stuart Skinner does. Others sometimes one day Skinner has not played goal in the season. He can play better. He lead the team for the cup. Absolutely right, Bush. Coach, my Jack Adam vote should be Montgomery, Cabaret, and Arnold. And Arnold Mataseru number 4. It's not a bad choice for you. I think Cabaret is going to win it. Like, for what he did, guys, for Washington is amazing. Um, Now the King losing 2-1, by the way. The Washington Capitals, guys, are plus 66 on goal for and goal again. They lead on goal for, and they are the top five on the goal for again. Goal again. My point behind that, plus 66. Do you know last season it was minus 37? Minus 37 with 66. They have a differential, guys, of 103 goal this season. This is the first time in NHL happening. So for me, Cadbury deserve it all the way. Like you can give him the trophy right now. 103 goal differential. Goal for versus goal against. That's crazy. 100 goal differential and 1 year to the next year. Blew my mind. It could happen about that for you. I know many of you will be thinking they can beat Washington, everything like that. I don't see that. I don't see the Washington lose against the Montreal Canadiens. Now they're struggling. I can tell you that. That's true. They're missing uh, Prodas and Thompson. I don't know what the condition will be ready or not for the playoff. Prodas at what, 29 goals. The defense right now are struggling. The defensemen create a lot of turnover, give away puck. They don't play their best hockey, but they have a machine, and I don't think the Montreal Canadiens, with what they have, can compete against Washington Capitals. So my prediction, I will say to you, Washington and 6. But if I'm wrong, like I was wrong for the Montreal to make the playoff, I'll be happy. I'm just more realistic. But what a great experience for the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, for you, that's crazy. Like 103 goal, guys. Minus 37 to 6 plus 66. The year was not over yet. I'm anticipating next year leaving a Montreal, Sunderman, Demidab, and Arsen or Breaker. What is one interesting dream, and for the Montreal Canadiens fans, and for you example, Montreal one day they could get four different players with 80 points. Suzuki, Demidov, Hudson, and Caulfield. Four players with 80 points. That would be huge. Now, Bush, they could upset Washington. No doubt in my mind, could happen. I just don't feel Montreal, zero experience in NHL playoff. Uh, Two goaltender, never been there. Only Caulfield and Zuski on the young core been there. Hudson never been there. Cody never been there. Uh, you know, yeah, for you, I agree with that. Exactly for you. Washington is the number one team in NHL, Sebastian. When you said they are not good, they lead the NHL. They are going to win the President Trophy. How can you tell me they are not a good team? They are number one in NHL, Sebastian. Not Colorado, not Dallas, not Toronto. It's Washington. Sebastian, I was wrong, but where are you last season? You said the Montreal is going to make the playoff last season. They did not do. Montreal are still a rebuilding team, guys. Montreal are lucky this year to make the playoff because they have a lack of talent, a skill, and the team like Detroit, Rangers play under expectation. That's not discredit the Montreal Canadiens, but the fact are Montreal Canadiens are not a good playoff team to make the playoff. They take advantage of different things happening this season. Not against them, but that's the reality behind that. That's a fact. Montreal are still 2 years before they become a team can make the playoff year after year. Good night, Dream. I will see you tomorrow night. You're right. Not only does the Canadiens have all the offensive talent to great team, they have the defensive guy too. Ray Barker will be talking about compared to Ekholm. Cole is really good about that. Washington with that 107 point. Yes. Present trip at winner can fall down. Remember Boston Hill. They did 3 times. By the way, Washington won the President Trophy 3 times, and all the 3 times they fall apart. I'm sorry about that, Alexi. And for you about Alexi Poitras. Chief from Australia is in the house. Momo, je suis bien d'accord avec toi, mon ami. Sont très en feu. Les Rangers ont perdu aujourd'hui, Momo, donc une autre belle nouvelle. We just did the show, Chief, for the Montreal Canadiens. Ah, ben, c'est bien, Momo. J'espère que tu as eu beaucoup de plaisir. C'était une très bonne partie pour Montréal. Sont revenus pour prendre les devants 3-1, puis ils ont gagné 3-2. C'était certainement très bon quand Lane Hudson a compté un très beau but. Bien d'accord, mon Sébastien. Right now, we don't listen the game. They have a ton of the game right now. They have Utah Kings, Calgary Flame play again the San Jose Sharks, and the Oilers play the team Ducks. We did early game as Mr. Ichi. We did the New York Rangers, and then now we just did the Montreal Canadiens podcast show talking about the Montreal Canadiens. So that's happening about Montreal Canadiens, guys. Here we go. Montreal play tomorrow night, guys. They're going to Detroit Red Wings, the biggest game of the year tomorrow for the Montreal Canadiens. We'll see what's happening for them. And if they win, that would almost put the Detroit Red Wings out of the playoff. And Montreal Canadiens are going to consider to be right now in the playoff. The percentage playoff for Montreal is at 80% right now for that one over there. And I don't want to lose you guys. We have to hear that because we are Montreal Canadiens fans. We love our fans. We love the Montreal Canadiens. And you have to, it's a time to go to bed because. Bleu, blanc, rouge, le Canadien, le Canadien. C'est notre heart. Dans notre cœur, notre tradition, notre honneur. Le Canadien, c'est tout. C'est une partie de nous. Bleu, blanc, rouge. Here we go, guys. I will conclude the show tonight at the Hockey Nation Live Show with the Montreal Canadiens. Play tomorrow night. Again, Detroit Red Wings. Hopefully, see you here tomorrow night. Don't forget to join us at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Montreal the hosts the Detroit Red Wings at the Bell Center tomorrow night. That's it. That's all we got tonight. Hopefully, an amazing, great night. I don't speak French, that's okay. I speak French and English for everyone about that. So I change everything. Hopefully, you enjoy the show. Don't forget, please, to click on the like. For you, thanks so much. Alexandre Maillard, thanks so much. Chiba from Australia. And we have Butch, he was with us tonight. Sébastien, thanks so much to be a part of the show. Joseph Lahem with the New Jersey Devils. The Devils are 5-4-1, but they won the last 3 games. They stabilized the standing and the third position of the Metropolitan Division, going to play against the Canada Hurricane. Joseph, hopefully you're doing well. Everything is looking good in Houston, and the weather is beautiful over there. Let's conclude the show tonight. The only reason we become great on the show, we crossed, guys, 900 subscribers. And the last 2 days, we did really good. We thank all of you. And the reason we grow is because all of you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thanks so much, everybody. Mr. For You, welcome. And thanks again. Ken McCarty, night coach of YouTube. Michael Brown, it was great to see you, Mr. Michael Brown. Hopefully, you're going to come back. The 3-star of the night. The 3rd star, Sebastian, number 2, is the 3rd star of the game. The 2nd star of the game tonight, I have to go with, I will go with Ken McCarty on that one. And the 1st star is For You. We miss you. For You, guys, knows a lot about Montreal Canadiens. He brings a lot of knowledge. Obviously, he cannot be there all the time, but every time he's here, he shares a lot of great contents, and that's what we need in the chat. People talk. We have different opinion. We respect. GF was disagree with me. I respect his own opinion. That's the beauty of the show here. We accept everyone. If we do it with respect, the winner is not me. It's you, because you want to come back. But until next time, my friend, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half. What? Someone will say 2025. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. And come back tomorrow night for 7 o'clock again, the Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings. The Rangers lose tonight. Good news for the Montreal Canadiens. Thanks so much, Sebastian. Cliff, welcome back. Go Habs, go. Everybody, thanks to be a part of the show tonight. And the Hockey Nation show want to tell you one more thing. We love you, friends. See you next time. Oh. Booyah! Peace out.